welcome to ThePrint. This is Akanksha Mishra, and today we have a very special guest with us here, Senapati Kris Gopalakrishnan, the co-founder of Infosys. Thank you so much for being with us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
So, the Infosys Science Foundation today has just announced the winners of the 2025 Infosys Prize, and Mr. Gopalakrishnan is here to discuss that with us. The award, which was first established in 2009, it seeks to reward cutting edge research in different fields such as mathematics, economics, engineering, and even humanities. So, Mr. Gopalakrishnan, coming to this year's winners, let's get right into it. They represent diverse and emerging fields. You have people like Andrew Olet, who's a world renowned scholar in Prakrit, and you also have people like Anjana Badrinarayanan, who works on how cells repair DNA damage. What, in your view, makes this year's winners and their work especially noteworthy?
See, clearly, this is across 6 fields. And even in these 6 fields, so for example, if I take physical sciences includes chemistry, physics, um, geology. It's very varied. And to get one winner out of that is a challenge, but our jury has uh, taken the effort to identify these winners, and that's the reason why it is across a very vast set of areas. What distinguishes these people is the 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 scholarly work that they have done. Almost you can say uh, the science behind it, or the uh, invention behind it, the work behind it. They've already received, in some cases, other recognitions. So we are hoping that through this award, two things. One, they become inspiration for the next generation of youth to take on careers in science, engineering, etc. Second, these winners go on to win greater and greater achievements, greater and greater inventions in the future.
That's a perfect answer. And now coming to the Infosys Prize in general, it's built quite a reputation for itself in the last 2.5 decades. What, according to you, I would like to ask you, what distinguishes the Infosys Prize from other recognitions in science and research, both in India and abroad?
First of all, it is about uh, people of Indian origin doing world class research. Second, it's about work that has an impact on India and the world at large, right? So there has to be an aspect of impact on India. Uh, and we hope that with that, there is an opportunity to create an impact in India. Even when the winners are abroad, we require them now to spend 1 month collaborating with an academic institution or a research institution in India. So we are hoping that the impact on India will be clearly established.
That's great. That's perfect. And coming to that, last year, the Infosys Foundation also decided that they were only going to award scholars and researchers under the age of 40. Now, tell us a little bit about what prompted that choice to look at early career researchers.
So last year was the 15th year, and we had run the prize for 15 years, and we wanted to now step back and look at how can we improve the uh, improve the prize, how can we make it more inspiring, aspirational, etc. And when you look at today's youth, we felt that finding winners who are closer to their age bracket, right, would probably be uh, appropriate, because uh, they they get associated with that age category. They will probably get inspired with that age category, rather than thinking that you have to spend 40 years to actually get the recognition. They get inspired by these people. And 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 that's the reason why we felt that by reducing the age to 40, that we will be able to create better heroes and heroines for today's youth. Uh, the other reason is we wanted the Infosys Prize to be the one of the first prizes that they win, and then they go on to win bigger awards in the future. That's the second reason.
And that has actually been the case also. We have seen a lot of Infosys awardees going on to win bigger awards like the Nobel or the Fields Medal. Now,
Exactly.
coming to the process of selection itself, I understand that there is a jury that manages the selection process for the Infosys Prize. First, could you tell us a little bit about how these decisions are made, what goes into their selections, who comprises, like what the jury comprises of, who are the researchers in the jury itself?
So first of all, the jury is international. They are very well respected people in their own fields. Uh, in fact, in some of the jury panels, we have field medal winners, Nobel laureates, etc. So they are considered some of the most admired scientists in those areas. The process is that we call for nominations from around the world. There are a set of nominators we reach out to and ask them who, according to them, deserves to be recognized under the Infosys Prize. Uh, their work has to be exceptional. Their work has to have significant potential. Their work has to have impact on India. Uh, you know, the first preference is given to people of Indian origin. Second is people of any nationality, but work which is relevant to India. So there are certain criteria, and age is also one of the criteria. They have to be 40 or less uh, in October when we announce the prize. So these are the criteria. The applications come in this year. 144 applications came across these six categories. And uh, then there is a secretariat which does the initial screening to make sure that they meet all the criteria, etc. Then it's shared with the jury. Now, the decision of the jury is final. Jury may contact anybody anywhere in the world to actually get feedback on the work. So they do reference check. They do uh, check with uh, see, sometimes you may find that there may not be an expert in the jury panel who understands this work, so they are allowed to contact anybody uh, else who can be actually an expert in that field to get feedback on the work that's being done. So it's a very thorough process. And over the years we have seen that these winners have gone on to win bigger and bigger awards, as you rightly said. That itself shows that you know these winners are future great scientists.
Now, if we talk a little bit about, say, the winners of this year, for example, the different research fields that are recognized in this year's Infosys winners, how would you say that aligns with what the Indian research ecosystem in general is prioritizing or is focusing on? Something like sustainability or the study of Prakrit or DNA damage. Do you think these fields that the Infosys Prize recognizes are also recognized by Indian research in general?
Yes, see, for example, repairing DNA damage, right? Uh, it's too early for me to say at this point, but potentially this is how we would look at cure for cancer or some forms of cancer, or when you look at prakrit, it's understanding our own heritage and our own languages. It's amazing that so many languages in India are living languages, and it has had a history of thousands of years, etc. So, understanding our own heritage, our own history, linguistics, these are all relevant subjects. Now, in India, we talk about Indian knowledge systems. So these are all very relevant, and these are fields in which we are already working on in India.
That makes sense. Now, on to a more broader question, sir. You've spoken on several occasions about how the Infosys Prize it's to increase and to invest in research in India, coming from Indian origin people. I want to ask you, over the years, as the Infosys Prize has evolved and it has awarded new fields and new researchers, have you also seen a concurrent revolution in Indian research spaces? Do you think in the past 15 years, along with the Infosys Prize, Indian research has opened up to new avenues?
It's an emphatic yes from my side. Of course, there are many other areas that we can look into. Just to, you know, give you a few examples. In the area of 2D materials, there's a lot of work that's happening. This could become the future of semiconductors. In analog computing, again, a lot of work is happening in the Institute of Science. This, I believe, is a uh, is an answer for the explosive growth of data centers in the world and the power requirements to support those data centers. We need low power computing. Analog computing could be an answer for low power required in AI and ML and things like that. In the area of antimicrobial resistance, work is being done in India at CCAM and NCBS. Uh, the work that I also support today in terms of brain research at Institute of Science, the Center for Brain Research, or at the Sudha Gopalakrishnan Center for Brain Research at IIT Madras. A lot of world-class work is being done in India today, and hopefully, in future these will also find recognition.
And how do you see the role of private philanthropy, of initiatives like the Infosys Science Foundation in A, advancing India's scientific research and progress, and B, also rewarding Indian scientists and Indian research?
So Infosys Science Foundation wanted to create aspirational heroes as these scientists, and I believe that over the last 16 years we have indeed created a large number of people who who our youth can look up to when they look at careers in science, etc. Now, the role of philanthropy, the role of private sector is very, very important, and I hope that uh, we will invest more in R&D. That is definitely an area where we have a long way to go. India invests 0.67% of GDP on R&D. I would like to see this go up to 3%, 1.5 for private sector and 1.5% from government. Government has increased with setting up of the Anusandhan National Research Foundation. They have allocated 50,000 crores for that. Then the R&D and Innovation Fund, RDIF, which the government has allocated 1 lakh crore, which is about $12 billion. So we are seeing increased allocation of funds from the government. Now the private sector has to step up. I am doing my bit by supporting research on the brain. Infosys is doing its bit by showcasing wonderful work that being done by Indian scientists. We need more such efforts. I see now there are uh, other such efforts. Tata Prize is there for science. So other efforts are also there now.
And finally, I just want to ask you, what are your aspirations for the next 15 years of the Infosys Prize for nurturing the next generation of researchers in India? And also, are you planning on expanding it to other fields? Any such future plans for the Infosys Prize, if you could share with us?
See, I cannot uh, look at what will happen next year, etc. That the trustees will discuss and debate based on feedback. Like last year we changed the age criteria, right? So we will review the price. We will look at what areas or what new areas to be covered, etc. So this is an ongoing effort, but I can say that science in India will flourish. We will see a lot more world class research coming out of India. I would like to now see a lot more emphasis on translating the research to commercial products, technologies to bring to market. The lab to market kind of translational research we need to emphasize. For that, we need to create research facilities co-located with industry like IIT Madras Research Park. We need to see deep tech startup ecosystem flourish in India. That is also starting to happen. In 2014, there were only maybe handful of deep tech startups. Today, we have 4,000 deep tech startups. These are DPIIT recognized startups. So the numbers are increasing. Hopefully, we will see more products and technologies coming out of India. One more data point I'll say the quantum mission called for applications from deep tech startups in the quantum area. They got more than 100 applications. They identified 25 to support. To me, that was actually uh, very very good because to in a new area like quantum to get 25 startups that could be supported by quantum mission was very good. So I think we are moving in the right direction, and I'm very optimistic about the future.
That's great. And that was a very insightful conversation, Mr. Gopalakrishnan. Thank you so much for joining us. And also, thank you to our audience. Tune in to The Print for more such news, analysis, and interviews. Thank you.
Thank you, Akanksha.